Good evening. My name is Michael Horst, and have you heard about the recent UFO sightings? If yes, please stand by. If no, there have been recent UFO sightings in the United States. And this time, the government can confirm this. There have been UFO sightings ever since the Puritans, when John Winthrop wrote in his diary the following. Earlier in the year, James Everell, a sober and discreet man, and two others had been rowing a boat in the muddy river, which flowed through a swampland and emptied into a tidal basin in the Charles River, when they saw a great light in the night sky. When it stood still, it flamed up, and it was about 3 yards square, the governor reported. When it ran, it contracted into the figure of a swine. This had been the first ever written description of a possible UFO. Some movies and pop culture, including E.T. and Paul, portray the idea of seeing an alien life form in a singular alien life form, in which both films the aliens are befriended by either a pair of stoners or a small child with an obsession for Reese's Pieces. From then on, I wanted a pet alien to fly around and hang out with. But since I had seen real evidence of UFOs, I started to believe that this could become a possibility. No conspiracies, no theories, only concrete evidence this time. And this brings me to my visual aid, which is a map of the UFO sightings in the US. Now, what it shows is all the areas that are brighter are hotspots, or areas that you could possibly see UFOs. And then there are also little city icons, which represent the city that a sighting has been reported. There are also little yellow dots, which represent a historical UFO. So I'm going to read to you the first one, which is the Kelly Hopkinsville encounter, and was claimed a close encounter with extraterrestrial beings in 1955 near Kelly and Hopkinsville in Christian County, Kentucky, the United States. Ufologists regard it as one of the most significant, well-documented cases in the history of UFOs. So, with this said, this map is actually available to everybody, and I can attach it to to my presentation. But with these sightings, the U.S. responded violently by shooting down the UFOs. Now, from this event, it asks the question, was it ethical to shoot them down? The first answer you would think of is yes. It was here without permission and is unidentified and can pose a potential threat to our humanity. But this comes back to when we first saw a weather balloon that China had sent to the U.S. for surveillance. It was shot down after it had not been approved to be in that airspace. And we shot it down because it was identified and could pose a potential threat to our nation because of the fact that it had come from another nation. Since the Chinese weather balloon's origins were identified, what this could possibly mean for a possible nation, planet, or species that has not been identified could mean a very all-out war, or we could even join an alliance with them. This event of our humanity and our nation could start a violent and misled war, rather than attempting to form an alliance with this unidentified species. And this could foreshadow and very likely lead to the genesis of our society's undoing. Thank you very much for listening, and I am going to leave you with one question. What do you see when you look up in the sky at night? A bunch of stars or a bunch of UFOs? Thank you very much for listening. Signing off.